My parents always hated me, but now I'm rich, and they want all my money. Growing up, my parents made it clear that my sister was their golden child. She always got the best of everything: new clothes, lavish birthday parties, and endless praise. Meanwhile, I was left with hand-me-downs, half-hearted happy birthdays, and the constant feeling that I was a burden. I tried to be the perfect son for years. Good grades, helping around the house, doing whatever I could to earn their love. But nothing was ever good enough. My sister could do no wrong in their eyes, even when she got caught skipping school, or racked up hundreds of dollars on their credit card. But everything changed a few weeks ago, when I found an old Pokemon card in a box of my childhood stuff in the attic. It was a Pikachu illustrator, and I immediately knew it was valuable. At first, I thought it might just be a cool collector's item. But after doing some research, I realized it was worth a fortune. I kept it a secret, quietly reaching out to collectors online. After weeks of negotiation, I sold it for nearly $500,000. For the first time in my life, I felt free. I decided I was done living under their roof, being treated like a second-class citizen. When I told my parents I was moving out, their reaction was predictable. They didn't ask why. They didn't offer any support. Instead, my dad crossed his arms and said, "How do you think you're going to afford to move out?" I told them about the card. I shouldn't have. Suddenly, they were very interested in me. My mom's tone shifted from her usual disapproval to an overly sweet voice I hadn't heard in years. "Oh, honey, that's amazing. But we could really use that money to help the family." "The family?" I scoffed. "You mean my sister?" They didn't deny it. My mom started going on about how my sister needed money for college, how the house needed repairs, how they'd sacrificed so much for me. My dad chimed in, saying, "You wouldn't have even had that card if we hadn't let you keep your childhood things here." I couldn't believe what I was hearing. After years of neglect and favoritism, they had the audacity to act like they were entitled to my money. "No," I said firmly. "This is my chance to start a life for myself. You've given everything to my sister and treated me like nothing. Now, I'm putting myself first." They were furious. My mom started crying, accusing me of being selfish. My dad said I was ungrateful and that I was abandoning my family. My sister even called to tell me I was ruining her future. But for the first time in my life, I didn't care what they thought. I signed a lease on a nice apartment in the city, bought myself a reliable car, and invested most of the money. I'm not living extravagantly, but for the first time, I feel secure. My parents have tried to guilt me into giving them money ever since. They've even told extended family members that I stole from them and am refusing to share. A few relatives reached out to shame me, but when I told them the whole story, most of them sided with me. I still feel a little sad sometimes, not because I miss my family, but because I realize now that they'll never change. I always dreamed of having parents who loved and supported me, but I've accepted that I'll have to build my own family, one that treats me like I matter. And you know what? I'm okay with that.